Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving with the next topic in the data visualization, that is Seaborn library. This is the popular data visualization library, from the one of the top libraries. In my previous video, I have already discussed in detail about the Matplot data visualization library and different graphs and how you can add the customize the annotations using the Matplotlib and how you have the full control on the graphs when you are working with the Matplotlib. Today we are moving ahead with the same series of the data visualization with the next library. This is Seaborn. So stay with me till the end of the video. Keep learning, keep patience with science data science. And this video is perfect for beginner and for the professional too. Because as a beginner, you will have the strong foundation in Seaborn data visualization library. So let's start. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Okay. So now you can see this is over Jupyter Notebook. I always use a Google Colab. Okay. So Seaborn is your powerful Python data visualization library. This is built on the top of Matplotlib. Sometimes you use both together and then it will make your beautiful graph. Okay. We will, at the end of the video, we will also do the comparison between the Matplot and Seaborn. So you can decide which library you are going to use at what time. Okay, if you want to be the data analyst, then this is the most important topic for sure, right? And if you are a data scientist, even then this is the like a most important topic for you too, right? Because without analysis, without data visualization, it's hard for us to analyze the data points. This is the most important part of our journey of AI. Now, introduction to Seaborn. This is I have shared the link of the your Seaborn library. If you really want to have a deeper look after watching this video, you want to learn more about the Seaborn, then this is the link. I will share this link in the description box too, so you can practice more. And if you have any question, feel free to drop a comment in the comment box. And if you want me to build a video on specific graph or interpretation, then also let me know. Okay. So here, before moving ahead, I would like to add a one tip or recommendation here. I did it in the Matplotlib session as well. Again, I am saying this thing, whenever you are drawing the graph, either you are using Plotly, either you are using Matplot, or either you are using Seaborn, or you are using any other library, right? Don't forget these important things. Number one, first of all, you need to check the data type. Okay. Number two, you need to understand what graph will be most like suitable for this data type. Number three, you should have the proper title for the x-axis, y-axis, and for the title for the graph too. And the number five, you should also, when there is a legend, you are comparing the more than one category, legend should always be there. These are the important thing. And after like drawing the graph, you should be able to interpret the graph in a very good way. So, your way should be explaining about explanation about the graph should be like every non-technical person can understand your interpretation. This is very important. Okay, this is very important. It is not your job is not going to be finished, you draw the graph, that's it. No, you should be able to interpret the graph, what this graph is doing, why did you use this graph, and why you use these colors, why you are using only matplot seaborn, or you are only using this graph, why you did not plot the some other graph. You should have the answer of all these questions, then you will become the good data analyst or good expert in data visualization. Students often write the code, but they draw the graph, but they don't know which graph should is the most suitable for what kind of the data. If you want the answer of these questions, you can watch my first video of this playlist, data visualization, in which I have already explained in detail about the all major libraries for data visualization, plus which graph is most suitable for what kind of the data. I will share the here link in the description box, and if you have any question, you are facing any problem uh, for during your any graph, just let me know. I will definitely help you. So here we go. Today we are going to cover up basic plotting with the Seaborn, statistical plot. It's, I think I have written it 2 times. Okay, so we will do this. Sorry about it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we are going to discuss then heat map or correlation, customize Seaborn plots, and adding annotations, creating animated graphs, and how you can save the graphs too. Okay, and we now we will start with this one. Seaborn is by default available in your own Python environment. In case it is not available, then you can install it using this simple code. Pip install Seaborn. Okay, then you can run this command. It will install your Seaborn library. Okay, then we are importing the Matplotlib as well, Pandas, NumPy, and animation. This one as well, because we are going to draw the animated graph today too. Okay. So now I am picking up the data set. This is from the Python data set library, like this server or store. So we are loading the tips data set. This is the data set of how many, like the people total bill according to the day in the restaurant. Okay. So here we are using the SNS library instance to load underscore data set. This is a method to load the data set default from your Python bucket. So we will load this data set, and you can see this is the data set. So here we have the total bill, we have the tip, how much tip they have given. There is a two type of gender, are they smoker, what is the day, time, and size, how many people. Okay, so this is the data we are going to use to draw the graph today. We are using dummy data as well, and we are using one more data set as well according to the graph. Okay, so now let's start with the basic plotting with the Seaborn. First of all, we will draw the scatter plot. Scatter plot is very popular. I have already discussed in the matplot as well. Okay, the difference is in the code. Scatter plot you use when you want to show the distribution of the data number one, or you want to show the relationship between two features. At that time, this is very popular. Okay. Now look at this. How you can draw. You will use an instance of your Seaborn library. This is the graph name. This is we are just declaring here x is equals to total bill. Okay. Y is equals to tip. Then you need to pass the whole data frame too. So you can see how good or compatible is this with the pandas, right? You only need to pass data frame, and you don't need to even mention the column like a df column name. It will automatically pick up the column name from your data frame, right? So this is the beauty of Seaborn. Hue is equals to this one, gender sex. We are using to difference between the your gender male female, and style is time. Okay, there are different type of the styles available in the Seaborn. You can check for the other two, but look at the this one. This is plot dot title. We are using to add the title, and then plot dot show. Now look at this. So here this is the your gender, right? Male, female, and time. This is the style, time, lunch or dinner, right? So you can see how like a interactive this graph is. It is telling you the different, like your male is recognized by round blue dot, female is orange dot, right? And this is the like the cross sign. This belong to your dinner, and also telling you this is female went for the dinner, right? And your dot black, this is the blue one, right? It is showing you for the lunch too. Okay, like a cross, sorry, not lunch, for the meal. Okay, so one cross is for dinner, one cross is for your dinner for male female, and your dot points, right, for your lunch male female. Okay, and it is also categorized the color too. So I have used the style here because why how did he add this legend using this your parameter, and style is equals to time is adding the lunch or dinner in this. So it is easy for you to now how would you interpret the graph. On the x-axis it is showing you the total bill paid by the either male or female, the person who is going, and how much tip they are going to give, at what time they went. Now look at this. If we pick up the male, so this is, we can pick up the male, let's say this one. Okay. So this is the male, right? And it paid the bill $40. And how much tip they have given between the between the $4 or $6, right? It can be 5.5, it can be 4.7, whatever the value is coming in between. And at what time they went? At dinner time, right? Because cross is showing dinner. The male went for the dinner. Okay. So this is the beauty of your SNS. Using the single line, you can draw the so many things. And this is the way how you need to interpret your result too. Okay. Here I have just write the scatter plot example because I wanted to make you understand that is like I'm drawing the scatter plot, but you don't need to do this. If you are drawing this and you are working with this data set, then you should rename it with the here like this, like male, female, total bills. Okay. Based on lunch and dinner. Okay. So this title should be something like this. Okay. So in this we cannot, here it is showing this is not picking up the data. Oh, sorry about it. We did not run it. We need to run it. So that way it did not pick up. Okay. So this is the male female. Okay. So you need to like set the title of your graph something like this, which should represent clearly to the stakeholder what you are doing with this graph. And if he look at the colors, your blue, orange, he will understand. He will also understand the cross sign for what. So now here you can see you can use the scatter plot to show the relationship between two variables, right? And also distribution of the data as well. If you want to look at the mostly total bill paid between your $10 or maybe less than that, let's say from $1 to $20 because more data is here, right? So these are the less. The highest tip given by the male is $10, right? If you look at this one. So this is the way how you need to interpret it. And it is very simple. You are doing everything using single line. Okay. Now we will move ahead with the line plot. Line plot is used to display the trends over the time. It is especially for time series. Now look at this. We are loading here new data fMRI. This is something related to your brain data set, and it is giving us some at what point what signal our brain is getting. Okay. So this is we are trying to get. Here we are just saying SNS. Your x is equals to time point, y is equals to signal, what signal is going at each point time, and this is your data frame, and this is your basic. So on x-axis it is showing time point, signal is this, what kind of the signal is going on. Okay. And the line, this line is showing you the like the graph basic line plot. The shaded area is known as confidence interval. Confidence interval means, I will make you understand. This line is your data points. This is like we know, this is all data points. But when you see this shaded area, let me clean this. When you see this shaded area, all this one too. So this is showing your data points may lie here as well. Okay. So it is showing you the area it is covering with the data points along with this line. This is clear. but here it can be, okay? It can be up to 0.20, okay? When the time point is between 5.0 to 7.5, okay? The highest peak, okay? So this is showing when the time point is between 5 to 7 point, it is at the peak sending the signals to the brain, right? But it is at the lower, like the point between the time point 10 to 12.5, and then it is going again up. So this is showing you the different time trends, or the trends over the time. When the your brain is getting high signal, and when it is not getting high signal, low signal, and how it is going again increasing or consistent. So this is the purpose of line chart, sorry, line plot, and you can again only need to use single line. But in Matplotlib, we need to write so many things, right? X-axis title, Y-axis title, but did you notice we are not adding anything here? If you did not watch my that video, you can watch that video, okay? So for the matplot, you need to set here title for the x-axis, y-axis. But in case of Seaborn, you don't need to do that. It will automatically pick up from this. And this is the beauty of SNS. Now we will move ahead line plot with the multiple categories. You can add only the one parameter hue. That's it. Stem Q. This is another like the two type of the category in the same data set, and it will draw the two lines. If this is the like the event stem, at what time, what signal, how many like the signal is going to brain, and if it is a queue, how many signal is going at what time, and showing the trend over the time. Okay, so this is like you can also add the two categories in the line plot just by adding this single parameter. Okay, now the next one is if you want to add the marker, again it's so easy. You only need to pass the parameter markers, and you can choose a marker according to your choice, whatever you like, okay? Not whatever you like, I mean to say whatever exists the options in SNS library to add the markers in your graph. Okay, we can try this cap if it works, but it is like for X and entry data, we need to rerun the this one. Let me rerun this one. So it is not picking up because I ran this earlier. So it is, I think, stop. We need to rerun. Okay. So now it is adding. Okay. So you can use a marker according to your choice. It is showing all data points here. Okay. And then line with the different style means you can add the region too. Because if I show you the data set, let me show you the data set. So df.head. Okay, so this is the data set. You have already used the time point event. Now we are using the region. Okay, so this is the data set you were working here. You already have the this one event, right? So this is from here. The data set you're this one, which we load from here. This is the one, fMRI. Okay, and then we are adding the here region too. Style is equal to region. So it's so easy, right? You don't need to like add different lines. You are doing everything using a single line. You only need to add the parameter hue, style, marker, and you can do everything in a one go. Okay, by default it is showing the dotted line right now. Okay, you can try with the marker as well. Okay, just try it. Okay, and then this is showing you the all with the confidence interval. It is showing you the time point, at what time what signal is going to your brain, right? With the different event, orange line is going to predict about the queue, blue line is for the stem, and region, dotted region is from frontal, the this one dash dash, this is from your region frontal, and if it is a straight line, this is from your parietal. Okay, so this is the difference. And now we will talk about the line plot with confidence interval removed. If you don't want to show this shaded area, then you can add the parameter ci is equals to none, so it won't show you any confidence interval. Okay, even if you want to remove the confidence interval from here, you can mention it here too. Okay, so it will remove it. Basically, to show the confidence interval is good because it will clearly show you the range of the data points may exist at this point. So this is very important for the data distribution point of view. If you are interested to look at it, if you are not interested, then it's okay. It depends upon your requirement. It's not mandatory. You need to add this parameter. Okay. But by default, your line chart is going to add it. This is my goal to tell you. If you don't want to show, you can make it none. Okay. Now we will move ahead how you can customize line plots. Like you have already learned about the your markers, your confidence interval, hue, style. Now there are three more parameters. This is line width, line style, and color red. You can make changes with the color red. If you want to make it green, you can make it green. And if you don't want the dashed, you want the line style, something else, then you can just let's try with the dot. We will check if it's a dot or dots. Okay. And line width you can decrease. You can just say 0.5. Here we go. Okay. So we will run it. So these are the one we can only use. It's not dot. We can make it dash dot. Okay. So here we go. Now look at this. One time it will print a dash, other time it will print dot, then dash, then dot, like this. Okay. So you can go to the Seaborn, your library, and check what else line styles are available to use. So you can use it according to your requirement. Okay. Now, we will move ahead with the bar chart. Bar chart basically used when you want to do the comparison between two categories. You can also work with categorical variable. You can also work with the numerical, but numerical variable should not be continuous. It should be the discrete data. Okay, remember it. If you don't know what is discrete, you can watch my statistics series. Okay. Now here, look at this. We have like load the other data that is we used in the start tips one. Okay. I will like here. I think we should keep, we need to change the name. Otherwise it will override. So we will copy this one because we are using the same DF for the both data type. So it will not pick up that one. So we can make it df underscore bill. Okay. So we can make it this one and change this one. Okay. Here you go. We will load this. So this is your data set. And here you go. Now you have the total bill, tape, sex, smoker, day, time, size. Okay. This is a graph. How would you describe it? How would you interpret it? This is simple XY, one line. Hue effect, we add the gender, right? So your blue represent the male gender and the orange one is female. The black line which you are looking at this is called mean. Okay. This is very useful when you want to show the distribution of data up to what point. In the bar plot, this is on the x-axis, we are showing the day. This is the total bill. So first pick up the mail. On Thursday, maximum how much bill paid by the mail. This is showing till here, between 20 to 25. And if I'm asking you, can you tell me which gender pay the most highest bill between male and female on Friday? So you can tell above 25, the male, because this line is going above that. If you don't use these lines, right, by default it will come up, right? If it don't come up, then it will show you like till here. So you won't be able to see the distribution of the data. Okay, it can be counted as a like above going very far away from your like this point, right? So this is showing you the highest value, and same with the female too. So this is showing you the basically two categories, or you can say you are using the three variables together. You are checking on which day total bill paid by which gender, right? Three categories are involved in this. Using only single line. How this is the beauty of Seaborn, right? You are doing everything in the one line. Only you need to add one parameter. Hue is equals to the name of the column. That's it. So this is very useful, and you only should know how to interpret it. Okay. If stakeholder is asking the highest bill paid on which day by which person, which gender, male, female, then you have clear cut answer this one, right? You have a this one, right? Now we will talk about the statistical plots. This is very, very useful at the back end too. I don't recommend these kind of the graphs at the front end because it's very hard for the stakeholder to understand. This is very technical graphs. But you can use it at the back end like the box plot, violin plot. Sometimes students use for front end too, the swarm plot, right? That is fine. But box plot I never recommend because this is very, very technical. Okay. So now look at this. We usually use it to check the outliers actually, okay, and the distribution of the data. And when we are interested to know the interquartile range of your data distribution, okay, and outliers. Now again, you need to declare the instance dot box plot, x is equal to day, y is equals to total bill data frame, and again we are using the gender, and then we are plotting this. On the x-axis is showing this total bill. Look at this, and let me open my annotate. So what is this? This is called box plot. Okay. And this line is known as median, middle value. And below this, this is called the your highest value. This is minimum value. Okay. If your median value is going towards this one area, lower value, this means your data is skewed this way. Okay. If it is going closer towards this point like this here, I will show you, there is a no line which is going towards this one. Here we have, this is the one. So this median value is going towards the quantile highest range. So this means your data is like skewed on this side towards the highest value. Okay. And these round dots is known as outliers. Outliers means your average total bill is we can count it, average total bill is between 20 to 30, right? But these outliers are going above 30. This means there are some person who is paying highest bill, but this is not normal because it is not matching with your other bills. Like let's say you have 100 total records. In that, out of 100, 90 people pays the bill between 10 to $30. But 10 people are there who pay the bill between your 30 to $50, which is very far away from your rest of the 90 records, right? So this is called outlier. So these all are outliers, these one. So that's why I told you it's very hard to explain to the stakeholder. I always recommend this graph for your analysis only at the back end. Okay. And this is called the quantile range. Your 1, Q3 and Q2. Okay. So this is quantile range. Maximum the area, this box is bigger. This means bigger your data, all data points, maximum data points are here. If it is middle value is going towards down, the quantile range 1, this means 25% data, mostly data lies here. Okay, if it is going and it is a skew towards here. Okay, so this is the way how we interpret this graph, and you can understand this is using a single line, you can plot this. Okay, so here we need to change the data frame name. What data frame name we have set? This one. Okay, so I will change this. Here we go, something. Okay, good to go. Now we will change here too. Okay, okay, this is called violin plot. This is the combination of your box plot plus KDE, kernel density environment, like the distribution of the data. You use this graph when you are interested to check the outliers plus the distribution of the data. At that time, this is very useful. Okay. So now look at these. This is the box plots too. Okay. For the male and female. This white line is showing the middle value, right? Median value, as you have seen this one. Okay. And then this is for the same. But when you look at this, here the female on Thursday, the female maximum bill paid by the female is till 40, we can say, right? And this belly, like this area is more towards, right? It's not too bigger, it's average, I will say. Okay. But the male one is going more towards the outside. This means there are a more male person went for the dinner or lunch, whatever time, on Thursday. Okay. So this is showing the highest distribution. Then the male has a higher distribution data points than the female, because this area is bigger than this one. If you look at on Friday, more females are paying, and data distribution total bill paid by the female is between, you can say, $5 to 29 or $25. But male is paying starting from less dollar to highest above $40. Okay. And which point this has a more distribution, like it has a wider area, this means mostly bill pay between here. Okay. At this point only, this one, this is between, I think, 10 to 20 only. Okay. This is the way you can interpret this violin plot. This is a mix of your data distribution plus your box plot, both. Okay. Now we will move ahead with the histogram. This is very popular. This is the most common graph we use for front end, and it is showing total your bill and the frequency of each one. KDE means kernel density. Okay, it is showing the distribution with this line. Okay, this line is coming just because of this one. Okay, so here it is showing it is not the normal distribution. Okay, because it is skewed towards the right. Look at this. This is the tail. These are the outliers, as we have seen in above in the box plot and violin plot, right? Some like the male or female are paying between $40 to $50 bill, which is very far away from your normal value, the mean, if you calculate it. Okay. So this is showing the frequency, how many bills paid between, if we count it here, let's say this is $29, right? The highest bill paid more than 25 your people, the bill $29. But some of there are who pays the $50 bill as well, but their count is very less than 5. Okay. So we use a histogram to check the frequency of the occurring of your data, how many times this is happening. Okay. And then we have a kernel density plot. This is very easy, KDE plot. Here you go. Look at this, right? You can look at this one. Here, you only need to pass total bill shaded area. We will shade it. It is showing again the skewness. Okay. This is the right skewness. Okay. And this is the your skewness showing your data distribution is not normal. Okay. You have to handle it. And then here it is showing the density value. You use this graph when you want to show the distribution or skewness of the data. You can see here SNS support this graph again using a single line. You can use this parameter shade is equals to true. Okay. Now we will talk about the categorical plots using Seaborn library. First one is count plot, very useful. When you want to just show the total counts, what happened based on your requirement. Here we want to check on which day how many male female went for the restaurant. Okay. So we will say seaborn.count plot x is equals to day, data is equals to d, hue is equals to your gender, right? Because we are only univariate distribution, right? We are only looking at the day on the x-axis. Here it will automatically generate the frequency or count. Now on the Thursday, male count was 30, but female went more than male, so it can be 32. Okay, highest on Saturday male count, right? It is above 50, 55, right? And same on Sunday, but female highest count is only and only on Thursday, lowest is on Friday, both. Sorry, right? So you can see how beautiful the count plot is, and you can use it when you are interested to know the count of your like something or any parameter. Okay, kernel density, the difference between your kernel density distribution plot and this plot is, here it is showing you count, there it is showing you the distribution of the data points, so you come to know your skewness of the data. Okay, we usually do that when you want to handle the skewness before transforming your data, otherwise your model will become biased. Okay, now we will talk about the strip plot. This is also very useful. It is also showing the distribution. Here is the two main parameter in this, dodge and jitter. This is jitter is equals to true, means it will not overlap any data points horizontally in this direction. Okay, and dodge is equals to true does the same thing, but it will try to separate the your both gender, your male and female from each other. So this is we use for this purpose. So these are the two important parameters when you are plotting this strip plot, because your no data point should be overlapped. We try to avoid it using this by enabling it true for this parameter. Again, we are showing the same thing. On which day the male female paid the how much bill. Okay, so this is also the very useful. And swarm plot is the another, this is just like your strip plot, but its shape is different, right? It will look like this way. So here it is just separating, okay, but here it is a mix of everyone, male female on Thursday. Okay, so if you want to show it like this way, you can use a swarm plot. If you want to show them totally the separate, then you need to use a here jitter and dodge parameter, then you can go with the strip plot. You don't want to overlap the both data points, you want to separate them. At that time you need to go with strip plot. If you are not like worried about it, you want to show it in this way, then this is your choice. This is more suitable for front end because it's more clear. Here your stakeholder may find difficulty to look at the data points like this. Okay, again the heat map is also very popular for the your Seaborn, very popular. Okay, and you can also draw the heat map in the Matplotlib. You can watch my previous video, but using SNS this is so easy. You correlation, you need to find out correlation only work for the numerical, so I have separated the numerical features. Then I am saying SNS dot heat map. We use this to check the correlation between the variables. That's it, with the target or other variables. Okay. Here the CMAP method, annotation true means it will show you the percentage of relationship correlated with each other. And you can make a changes in this. There are many color palette available for heat map. And then here you go. So look at this total bill. This is over target. This is the tip and size. So your tip is 49% positively correlated with your total bill. Okay, total, sorry, it is correlated with your size. And the tip is also correlated with your total bill 68%. Okay, so this means when your total bill is increasing, it is somehow tip is also increasing. Total bill is also correlated, highly correlated 0.6 with the size, with the tip too here. Okay, so this will show you the correlation between the features, very popular graph. Again, you only need to use these parameters and good to go. So if you do the comparison, SN has a very less piece of code as comparison to Matplot, but it does not have the full customization in your hand. Okay. And then you have the pair plot. This is very popular when you want to show the relationship of individual features with each other. At that time, this is very powerful graph. Here you go. Diagonally, it will show you the distribution of each feature. Here it will show you the relationship between each. Okay. So now look at this total bill and size. If the total bill is increasing, size is not affecting too much, right? It's a no relation. It doesn't matter because it is going straight. If the bill is increasing, it is not going like this way. It's this way. So no relation. Here, if we look at the tip between the size, no. Okay. And here it is showing you the distribution of male and female both. Okay. If we compare the total bill with the tip, they have the strong relationship, linear relationship. Because if the total bill is increasing, tip is also increasing in the same direction. Okay. And look at this size. If the size is increasing, the tip does not affect. Okay. So this is showing, this is very, very useful when you want to show the relationship of each feature visually, then you can go with the pair plot using single this command. That's it. Okay. And then I will make a change here, the name. Okay. Then we can read on it. Here we go. Now you can customize it. This is just you can apply and look at the difference as in a set style. When you want to set the backend in the dark style colors. Set contest is a talk, like if you want to add this. And the set palette is for your coloration. And now look at this. Contest is you have the paper, notebook, talk, and poster. It will change the look of your like a contest of your graph. Okay. Now we are loading again the same data, this one fMRI, and now look at the graph. Okay, so this is showing the same graph, but you have some pastel like the background, right? Signal strength, and this is the like your dark one. Okay, so this one. If you want, we can try to change it with the notebook too, and we will run this. Okay. So you can see here it is making changes. Okay. This is simple. You can apply. This is just the stylish things. Okay. Rest graph is same. Nothing I have changed. Okay. These parameters you have already learned previously in the line plot. Okay. Here I am using also the figure. This is I have already well explained in the Matplotlib. You have to watch that video. Okay. Now the adding annotation. Annotation means when you want, it is very important when you are showing the graph to the stakeholder, if there is a no annotation, it's very hard for them to understand what does this data point mean. Okay. Now here we are adding the text annotation like this, the highest value of the tip. Okay. So how would you do that? Simply you plot the scatter plot. You are using the for loop, iteration over the rows. If the tip is greater than $8, it just add the row total bill, row tip, and we are using the format function from the Python. It should show only up to 2 decimal. After the decimal, it should only show the 2 digit. Font size is none, color is black. And it is showing you here the tool tip, or you can say annotation. Okay, because it is not on the hover, this is directly on your screen. Okay, so this is the biggest advantage of SNS. And if you want to highlighting the specific point, you can with the arrow. This is I have explained in the matplot as well. Here it is also the same annotate method. You can check highest tip. XY, this is the position of your like the data points, how far you want to shift your like the data, your tip text. It will 50-10 means it will shift right towards 50 points and high 10 points from your data points. So it should not overlap your data point. And XY text is this. Again, this is for this one, like the position change. And then arrow props. You need to apply the arrow props method, dict, face color, and shrink. Shrink means the size of your this text. Okay. And then plot show. Now we will talk about the creating animated graph. This is very good. I am importing these all library, IPython display import HTML in Google Colab. We need to pass this too. Otherwise in Google Colab it won't work. Okay, so this will generate the JavaScript and HTML library, and it will help you to run the animated graph. Okay, here we are creating the dummy data. This is a subplot from the Matplotlib. If you don't know, you can watch my previous video. And then we are just axis, line plot, animation, function animation. This is inbuilt library. We are passing the figure, update, frames. How many frames to render to plot your this graph? Okay, interval 50. After each 50 seconds, it will just keep on going. Okay, and then we are just converting it into the video HTML. Look at this. It is working like this. So it stop after each your this one 50 second, and it will start working again. Okay, I think it got hang. Okay, we will run this like this. Okay, so this is the animated graph. This is very beautiful. If you want to add it, you have so many graphs. I'm showing the line chart, but there are so many graphs available. You can watch the library. I have already shared the link. I will share in the Seaborn that library link in the description box too. Okay, and then we will move ahead with the comparison. Okay, the last one, how you can save your graphs. You can use a plot.save figure, and then the plot name dpi is equals to 300. It will save the graph, and you can see here we can just download. Okay, and then if you click on that, you can open it using photos. Okay, so here it did not save anything because we did not like add any graph in this. But if you want to save it, then you can save it in this one. Okay, sometime it takes time to save the graph, the above one. Okay, right now it is not saving quickly. Maybe it will take to load. Okay, time. But this is the method you can save your graph. Okay, now we will take a quick look the difference between Matplotlib and Seaborn. So ease of use require more code for fine control. This is for sure. This is simpler syntax. You have seen from the first cell only one line of code. You only need to add the parameters. That's it. It's simple. This is the basic styling. It has attractive themes. Okay. You can check out the other themes too. It is a general purpose like plot types, line or scatter. It contains a violin plot, pair plot. It also contains one plot, right? I have shown you the many graphs. So this is a difference. It works but requires more effort. It is a seamless integration with data frames you have seen. You only need to pass the data frame. X is equals to feature name, Y is equals to feature name, what you want to show on the x-axis, y-axis, that's it. You don't need to work more with the data frames, but in Matplot you have to. Okay. Customization, Matplot is best because you have a full control. You can customize your event title, your style, your graph of the size of the graph, everything in a very good way. Okay. It has a limited customization, the Seaborn. Okay, and then you have a performance better for large and complex visualization. This is very good. It is not slow. Fine most for the standard use cases SNS. Okay, sometimes it got slow very when you are working with the large data set and you are applying the Seaborn. But Matplot is very good for research and presentation because it contains the high resolution graphs. Okay, so this was the like all about today's Seaborn. Okay. Now if you want to do the mastery in Matplot and Seaborn, watch my all series under the data visualization. Start from the first one because that is mandatory. First, just understand what different libraries are available for data visualization. I am making the all videos step by step, right? Because like in that, then I have made the one video for matplot in detail. Today was a session for Seaborn. In my next video I will pick up next library and I will show you the most common graphs for that library. Now you will become master in data visualization. Okay, and thank you so much for watching my video. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you are interested like in the practicing, if you are transitioning your career and you are done with the machine learning or something, you are brushing up your skill, you are looking for practice the interview question, drop a comment in the comment box, because I am planning to prepare a one live session every Wednesday at 9 p.m. MST for the students who want to practice for the interview questions. Okay, and thank you so much. See you in the next video.